What's up? 2 minute warning. This is Trisha, and I know right now you just see Sean's 2 minute warning logo. Sean, can you shift that off?
Nope.
Well, you just everyone's on live now, but welcome to the show, everyone. We have Tim, Des Bryant caught it, Ben Ray on the air. We have throwing up the diamond, and we have Maurice, who unfortunately is a Atlanta Falcons fan, but I don't think he's ever admitted that on the air. By the way, like I think he's coasted without blatantly saying it, unless I missed it. I've watched many episodes, but I feel like that's kind of
You missed it.
I missed it.
You
Okay,
missed it. You missed it.
sorry. Maybe I was just taking an opportunity to rub it in. But
Um,
anyway, today was a big day. All right, the last 2 days have been big days in the NFL, and I'm really, really upset because it caught me off guard. I was told by some of you NFL aficionados that the offseason in the NFL is pretty dry, and it's been nothing but dry. So I'm going to turn it over to Tim. Tim, you can start with some of the hot topics that you think we should start talking about, and hopefully we can get some of you to join in and talk about your opinions of what happened.
Oh, well, let me start off by saying, excuse my voice, been arguing with a lot of Dallas Cowboys fans. Listen, DeMarco Murphy, if you're listening, you're watching it, or any other Dallas Cowboys fans out there, you're not worth 7, 8, 9, 10 mil. You're not worth it. I'm sorry. I love you. I love the way you ran for that behind the Dallas Cowboys. You was part of the reason we made the playoffs. But fellas, stop it. He is not worth all that money. I'm glad my Cowboys are staying by. They're relaxing. We're not paying you all that money, DeMarco Murray. If you want to go to Philadelphia, hey, go to Philadelphia. Maybe Kenny may trade you next year. You see what they're doing over there. They're trading everybody. So, listen, I want DeMarco Murray back at the right price. But I think the biggest news today was the trade between the Saints and the Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks got Jimmy Graham, Mo. I mean,
yeah.
nobody saw that coming.
That's definitely one of the biggest, like, out of nowhere RKO Randy Orton kind of moves, because like the whole drama last year with the whole, oh, great, Jimmy Graham wants to get paid like a wide receiver, but no, we want to pay him like a tight end. We'll franchise tag him, and then we'll give him this four-year, $40 million contract, I think it was, and then just for all that this to turn around and trade him for a center. I mean, that's like, what do you want Drew Brees to do? I mean, he can't throw the ball to Max Unger. He's a center, so I don't get what the motivation for that was for the Saints, but yeah, Seahawks, that was a
Well,
tremendous move.
Mo,
That right there, it just told you, hey, look, we're trying to get back to Super Bowl. Like that was the move right there. We're trying to get back.
but you know what it is, Mo? If you look at it, the Saints are minus $21 million over the cap. They're over the cap by $21 million, so they got to get rid of people. And right now, on Twitter, they are fielding trades for Drew Brees. So just imagine that. Drew Brees in a different uniform. It's supposed to be called NFL Free Agent Frenzy. It is not called NFL Trades Frenzy. It's going nuts. Listen, Jets, a fifth
Super
round
Bowl!
pick,
Super Bowl!
a
Super
fifth round
Bowl!
pick for Brandon Marshall. For Brandon Marshall.
Right.
Listen, listen, that's another steal. And they just signed a solid corner in Buster Scrine. The Jets right now are on it. Listen, the AFC, the England Patriots in the AFC East better watch out, because there's some new blood in the Jets field right now. And they're
Super
doing their
Bowl!
thing. And
Super Bowl!
so, listen, the Jets are doing their thing. What other moves what happened today? We see the Baltimore Ravens trading Haloti Nada to the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, that's
I mean, wow. How big is that? You was a Pro Bowl lineman. Go to Detroit. All right, now it's going crazy.
That was a great trade. Like I was thinking, how Detroit gonna how is he gonna they're gonna cope with the loss of Sue. I mean, because I'm always a bigger fan of, hey, don't if you're gonna lose a guy, trade him, get something for him, even a third round, fourth round, a seventh round pick in 2058 would have been better than losing him for nothing. But the fact that they could trade, they could get back another Pro Bowl defensive tackle in Haloti Ngata. He doesn't have the biggest impact as Sue does, but he's a really good. That was the guy who was like helping Ray Lewis's career extend on the back end. So that like, he's a really good D tackle. He's gonna have to change formations because they run a 4-3 in Detroit as in the 3-4, but I feel like he should do just fine. And it's always easier to move into a 4-3 than to move to a 3-3-4. So I think that he's gonna do well up there. Then Detroit's defense isn't gonna miss a beat, even though obviously it's a step back, but it's not that big of a step back. That's a great trade. The Ravens get back 3 more picks for this year that they can use, so they can go find another guy, because like this draft is so deep, especially when it comes to defensive linemen. So they can package those. They can turn around and package those picks. So, try to move up in the first round if they want something to get a better pass rush. So like everybody, it seems like everybody's making really good moves. The only team that doesn't seem like making good moves right now is Philadelphia. I don't know what they're doing.
Whoa.
What?
I think he's out there trying to tank for Wiggins or something, because these moves, I don't get it.
I'm glad you said that. Well, sorry, DeMarco Murray right now is currently watching the Dallas Mavericks game against the Cavaliers. There is probably some hope he will sign a nice, small, decent contract with the Cowboys. Let us stay there. But going back to Philadelphia, what you said, Mo, here's the thing. The Philadelphia move that made the Sam Bradford trade might be involving the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell you how. I'm going to tell you why it might involve the Jets. Here's what's going on in the Philadelphia line. First, we started with let's go to Sean Jackson last year. Everybody's like, all right, what's this? Game-related, whatever. Now this year, he comes out, you trade LaShawn McCoy for Kiko Alonso, the linebacker. Okay, now, there's question mark, like, what are you doing? You let go Trent Cole, your long-time Pro Bowl defensive end. Mm-hmm. Okay, you let Jeremy Maclin sign off with the Kansas City Chiefs with his former head coach, Andy Reid. Okay, Chip, what are you doing? Chip Kelly now trades Nick Foles and next year's second pick for Sam Bradford, the injury-prone Bradford. So I'm like, everybody like, what's going on?
Wait, but Tim, didn't they also get the Rams first round pick this year? Don't they have the 10th pick in the draft now?
No. That was a bogus thing. What happened was.
See, I got catfish.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I got catfish because I read that and trying to catch up because like this whirlwind of news coming in, so I'm trying to look at news from all sources, and I got catfish because I read that they had the 10th pick in the draft, and if they wanted to move up to get Mariota, the 10th pick, like, hey, we're like getting the 10th pick, and hey, Sam Bradford, the Jets will bite on that in a heartbeat.
But here's the thing. Now, we all know that everybody trying to, Geno Smith made the quarterback. But see, Sam Bradford used to run a spread offense in college, which is kind of similar to what Chip Kelly runs. But here's the thing. We all know Chip Kelly doesn't want Sam Bradford. He wants Mariota. So here's the thing. In the top 5, you have Tennessee, who's saying they're secure with Metzenberger. But the Jets are making all these moves. Just imagine if you put Sam Bradford and he's throwing that football to Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
I see. I mean, if Chip Kelly walks away and in training camp, Sam Bradford is the starting quarterback. It was a dumb trade. But I have a strong feeling he's going to try to use Sam Bradford as a trade bait to lure him to the Jets. But on top of that, not only Sam Bradford goes to the Jets, all a bunch of draft picks. I'm talking about a first-round pick this year and the 2/4 that he had. So the Jets not only would draft in the first round, they will have a lot of draft picks to build. So this Sam Bradford thing, I don't think it's over with.
See, my thing with the Eagles is if you wanted to like. The worst kept secret in football is that they wanted to move up into the top 5 or top 10, whatever, to get Mariota. That's the worst kept secret. Everybody knew that, like that Geico commercial. Everybody knows that. All right. So my thing is, why basically waste pieces? Why trade McCoy for a linebacker who didn't play all last season? You know, why trade Foles for a quarterback that didn't play all last season? I mean,
I'm sorry.
Anything like a good trade like that. Any team, just about any team in the top 10 would have went for. We'll trade you Nick Foles and LaShawn McCoy for your first round pick. Who in the top 5 is not going to take that? Because you got a quarterback. Like he's semi-proven. He's played in the league, and you got one of the best running backs in the league. For a person that could to potentially be a bust and end up retiring in like 2 years, like Jake Locker did. So I mean, like that's to me that's no brainer. Like you got to take that deal. So like my thing is I feel like it's sabotage. Like I feel like he's doing it on purpose. Like because to truth be told, if this say his whole plan busts and just fails miserably, he's not going to be around to feel the effects of all these trades that he's doing right now. Like, because all these trades, like, he won't start feeling this about like 2 or 3 years from now. If this is a failure, if this is an epic failure this year, he might not be back for the following year. So he's basically playing with house money. I mean, he can just say, hey, he can do whatever he wants, and if it works, he's a genius. If he doesn't, oh well, I'm going back to college.
Hey guys, I got a question from the wall, or maybe a statement by Kendra, lovely Kendra D. She said, but Chip Kelly would let Mariota start day 1. I just don't think he's a day 1 QB.
He's not a day 1
no.
But he's the guy that Chip Kelly wanted. So I feel like he will go out of his way to make sure that he has all the chances and opportunities they can get, but I think that's why they ended up re-signing Mark Sanchez, like to keep him as a back. Like, hey, look, I'm gonna sit you behind this guy. We're gonna groom you, coach you up, and then he's gonna go out there. Sanchez is gonna go out there and lose all these games, and then say, hey, look, this is what you do. Hold his clipboard for a while, and then sooner or later, hey, look, you know what? This is the guy. I feel like that's because every new coach that comes in the league, they always want their guy. They want their quarterback. It's always like that. They always want their quarterback, and I bet you he feels like that's the guy he knows the most. Obviously, he brought him so like that. That's the guy.
But Mo, let me ask you this, Mo. I know you're a good chef and a good chef. Are you cooking over there? Huh?
What's up?
Are you cooking over there?
Am I cooking? Not right now.
Because I just smell something going on with the Jets again. The Jets have signed Darrell Revis.
Super Bowl!
Really? Look at it. I mean, they just got Darrell Revis, the Jets. I mean, look at this. You got Buster Skrine on one side. You got Darrell Revis on the other side. You still got the nice front seven they had. Another pass rusher for the Jets. You could ask somebody in the works. Their defense is solid, and you got the right coach to coach that. Wow, something is cooking in New York Jetland right now. They making some moves.
They know like the Jets. They're the team that they can either win 10 games or they can lose 10 games. Like they're the team that they're always one or two pieces away, and it depends on if they have those pieces, they'll win 10 games. If they don't, they're going to lose 10 games. Like, all they needed was a solid quarterback. I've been saying the whole time, this dude, Geno Sanchez, he was not the right pick. They wasted that pick. They shouldn't have got him, and that they shouldn't have got him. They should have waited. Like, should have kept Mark Sanchez. They should have waited on Geno Smith. Yes, I know his name is Geno Smith. I still call him Geno Sanchez. He reminds me of Mark Sanchez. So yeah, but like yeah, I still think they shouldn't have picked that guy. You know, that set the franchise back. You know what? And then just when you had to go scramble over and get Michael Vick off the scrap heap, and like all you got to do is get your franchise quarterback. Get a guy who you don't have to worry about. You don't have to win you all the games. All you need to know is that, hey, look, every Sunday this guy's going to put me in a position to win and not in a position to lose. Geno Sanchez, he can get you in a position to win from time to time. Like, just he was great. Ironically, he was great against New England. Like he played really well against New England. He kept them in close games. They should have won both games that they played last season. But it's like, he's just too inconsistent, too up and down, not making strides. Rex was a horrible coach for him to play under as a quarterback. He doesn't care because we all know Rex is not grooming no quarterbacks for success. So it was a bad fit from the start.
But listen, you know what? And I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not gonna blame this on Rex Ryan because it's like I said, the owner when he hired the GM. First of all, Rex Ryan's years there, he never had the power to make any moves at all. When he first got there, it was that guy Tannenbaum. Tannenbaum was making every move. If we all watch the Hard Knocks, where they show you the live highlights of what goes on during Jet Camp, we all watch the NFL draft, and Rex Ryan was only in charge of the 6th-round pick, which he got the fullback John Connor. That's how much to show how much power he had. What he did was coach the defense. Tannenbaum hired the coordinators. The second year after that, another GM comes in. He hires another coordinator for Rex Ryan. Then last year, Izit, who was from Seattle Seahawks, he didn't want Rex Ryan as a coach. He wanted his guy, which is the coach of Atlanta Falcons, Dan Quinn. So Rex Ryan never had the power. The owner, Woody Johnson, is his fault. This year, for the first time, he has finally said, you know what, I'm going to hire the GM. The GM went after the coach. And you know what? It's a beautiful thing working because you're making moves. Sometimes the owner got to sit back, relax, let the people in front of him do the work like you paid him to and not get so much involved. Right now, you got Brandon Marshall for a 5th-round pick. Brandon Marshall, to me, is still a top 5 receiver in the league. All right? You got the best cornerback. You bought him back, okay? $40 million guaranteed. But guess what? He's worth it. You got a good defense. Basically, the draft, you can just go all offense in the draft if you have to. That's how much the Jets are not far away from playoff contention. I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't even care about the Miami Dolphins signing Ndamukong Suh. There's only one guy.
That doesn't mean anything.
It don't mean anything. I still think the Jets right now are the second best team on paper, just because of the way all the moves played out in the AFC East. They're the second best.
I missed that line. Can you say it again? Sorry, I was a little bit distracted.
I said it. The Jets are the second best team in the AFC East. The way the moves have been made so far, they're making splashes.
I'm not ready to go second because I need them to get better at the quarterback position. I need them like that. That's what's holding them back. I know the Bills need help at the quarterback position, but I actually put the Bills over the Jets. The Bills because their defense is better. They're younger. And plus, like their running game, obviously with LaShawn McCoy now is better. Sammy Watkins is good, but now they got the Brandon Marshall, so that kind of like that gets offset a little in favor of the Jets. But it comes down to who's throwing the ball. I want to see what both these teams are going to do going forward, like in free agency and in the draft, because they both need a quarterback. They're in the right now where their defenses are probably the top 2 defenses in that division, but even with suit of the Dolphins, the Jets and Bills defense are probably better overall, but they're both missing quarterbacks. So that's what I need.
I want to jump in because we got a couple things from the wall. First of all, Jamal from the group said there's 2 things you need to have a good team, and that is an excellent offensive line and a halfway decent quarterback. So, also, I think, as you mentioned before, there's the news about Revis going to the Jets. But because you guys are on the topic of QBs, Rex Ryan, the Bills, I want you to talk about what's going on with the Bills, because I think um, I think there's stuff going on with them, and I want to talk about, something. I just want to know what you guys think about Rex, the Bills, and then I'll go into something I've been thinking about.
Well, like I said, the Bills, that's the number one priority right now. They need a quarterback. They need somebody who's going to throw the ball because Kyle Orton, like, walked off into the sunset somewhere. EJ Manuel was on the bench sulking somewhere because they benched him prematurely. I said that was a huge mistake during the year. They shouldn't have benched him because his confidence is probably shot right now. I know they signed Matt Castle. They got him in a trade. I'm like, I'm not for Matt Castle. I need somebody. I need a legitimate starting quarterback right now. And the Bills they're in the middle. They're in the mid. They can go get somebody like Bryce Petty, or they can get somebody like one of these Pac-12 or Big 12 quarterbacks who are just lingering around in the second round because everybody's so stuck on Jameis and Mariota. There's a lot of these Big 12 and Pac-12 guys coming out like this year. They're going to make huge impacts on the league. Like that's my word. Like on everything I love. They're gonna make some noise. So I'm like, I was beheave you to go get one of those guys. Now, the Bills, their running game is going to be good now because it's Colt McCoy. Their offensive line is pretty good.
Hello?
Do we got somebody on the line now? Sean, did we fight
guys? Yeah, I think we had a little technical sound problem, but keep on talking.
Oh, that was me. Oh, ha.
So, guys, I completely understand that whole the diatribe about the Bills needing a QB, and I have my ears to the streets, right? I got a few friends that are Bills fans, and just hear me out, because I like to throw wrenches. Y'all know me on the wall. I'm about to do it in fury. So I understand why you might outright say no at first, but I've been talking to a few Bills fans, and they seem to think that Tim Tebow might be a good fit for the team. And here, Tim, I see your face, but I wanna explain that before I go forward, because they have some good points, and as a Jets fan, I immediately said no to it because I feel, and yeah, I said it, I feel like the Jets ruined Tim Tebow's career.
It did.
And I don't know if a reunion with Rex is in order, but they seem to think that this aura of Tim Tebow kind of fits in with how the Bills story for this year. Sort of like the comeback team, the team that almost got sold and given away to Toronto, and now that they were making something out of nothing during the year. They think that, or this particular Bills fan that I'm speaking on behalf of, thinks that Tim behind EJ might be something that fits for the team. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, Mo, Matt, I have this one, Mo? First of all, I love it. And I'm going to tell you why I love it. I am a Tim Tebow fan. I've always said this man will be the best quarterback in the league if he would have sat back for the first couple of years and run behind it. He has everything you want. Leadership, strong leadership. He has everything. He has the skill to get out the pocket. It's his quarterback skill that needs to be a little bit flourished. Now, here's the thing. First of all, I think the Bills did a great job of getting Matt Castle. And I don't think that Tebow needs to sit on A.J. Manuel. I think E.J. Manuel needs to go behind Tim Tebow. The reason why E.J. Manuel was benched, he didn't know how to be a leader. There was complaints saying that E.J. would talk he was too nice to his teammates. He let the guys walk over it. No, you're the quarterback. The quarterback is the general on the field. Tim Tebow has everything you want. And might I add, he has a playoff win. It's not like win a playoff game. If you have Tim Tebow play as the...
Yeah, I think we got a caller. Is that Vic? Vic, are you there? Yeah, Vic?
Vic, what's your question? All right, keep going. Maybe Vic is in and out.
Tim, let me jump in, please, because my
Tim
thing.
Tebow, I'm sorry, Mo, but if he comes back, I will welcome him back, and I will work with Tim Tebow straight up. That'd be a good job for the Bills. Great job.
I'm completely with you. I'm a Tim Tebow fan. I don't think the Jets ruined Tim Tebow's career. I think Peyton Manning ruined Tim Tebow's career, because Tim Tebow was like, had Peyton Manning not gone to Denver, Tim Tebow would probably still be in Denver right now, because
Elway won there.
Yeah, Elway. Yeah, that Elway. Well, I mean, like, obviously, if you can get a chance to get Peyton Manning, you got to take Peyton Manning. So I can't blame him on that. But it's come to the point where this guy, he didn't win pretty. You know, he wasn't like the guy that you look at his box stats and like, oh man, yeah, he lit it up today. But he gets the job done. He gets the W. So, and when he needs to, he can throw. He can throw the ball. I don't like this also. Oh, he can't throw. Oh, blah 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 blah. I've seen this man throw. Like you can ask my brother Reggie. Like, he's a Steelers fan. When he tried to tell me that he got lucky and threw for 300 yards because one safety was out, we went over the game tape, play by play, and we watched Tim Tebow throw the ball all over the field. There was no bunch of dinking and dunking and tight ends and running backs. He was throwing the ball and making NFL throws. I don't know how good he will be now, because obviously he's been out of the league for about 2 or 3 years. That whole stint in New York was a clown show, and the Patriots, I don't even know why they even brought him in for that. That was a waste of everybody's time. But I feel like if you give this guy a chance to play, and you give him an offense, you cater the offense around him and his talents, he can win. And like you saw that, I never understood how this guy went from being a superhero in college to like, oh, he's a bum, he can't play in the NFL. I know the game is different, but still, like, you don't go from being God status, them putting up statues of you on college campuses, to being, oh, he's a nobody now, he can't play.
Hello?
He can play.
Hello?
Hey, Vic, can you hear me? Vic, can you hear me? Yeah, we're having technical problems, guys. Keep on talking.
But Mo, you know what it is, Mo? You know what it is, I'm going to tell you right now, Mo, is that, first of all, Tim Tebow, we see Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is better than the system he's playing in Seattle, because he could play in a system like the New Orleans Saints, where you could air that ball out. So Tim Tebow fits perfect in the Seattle offense. Perfect. It fits perfect in that offense. So it's not like he can't do it. It's that I give you one coach who was doing a great job with him until he left. Josh McDaniel, the coordinator from the New England Patriots. He had him as he was the head coach of the Broncos, and look what happened. Tebow, the last 4 games, was throwing the ball better. He had more yards. He was being a quarterback. But when Elway comes in, Elway wanted to be the big shark. He wanted to be the big shark. And that's what happened. He couldn't find nobody. He couldn't find anybody to replace Tim Tebow unless it was a bigger name, which was Peyton Manning. Because let's keep it real. If Peyton Manning was not a free agent, Tim Tebow, you would have went over those fans. If Tim Tebow comes back, I'm telling you right now, if if the right coach does the right thing and let him just fall back and just learn the playbook and stuff, just get better at the quarterback throwing, the decisions, you got a gem. You got a gem. Patience is something that you need for Tim Tebow. Patience.
That is why I'm so glad to hear that he registered for the veteran combine. I'm like, yes, I knew this was going to be a good idea. Like, man,
But what's up with Vince
I
Young?
want to see what he looks like.
But what happened with Vince Young? They did not him now. He's not going to the veteran combine. What happened with that?
I don't know what happened with Vince Young. I mean, maybe he got caught up at Applebee's or something, but I don't get it. I mean, because it's just like I didn't think nothing was really going to come of it anyway, because he not like Vince Young hasn't got his chance. He's gotten several chances. Like he just got cut by Green Bay like last off season. Like when they brought him in for training camp. I don't think that's another guy though. Like I feel like he can play. It's just he's not getting the proper chance in the proper system. When he was in Tennessee, he was good. He was good. It's just that like he started butting heads with Jeff Fisher. They both ended up leaving Tennessee, and then it's been downhill. And he's just disappeared. Like for them, like I don't understand how these guys get washed out of the league so fast. When
Jeff Fisher
there's some talent there.
I got a few things from the wall. I just want to make sure the wall is heard. We got something from Jamal. Again, he said Tim Tebow is the Jeremy Lin of the NFL. He's good. He's serviceable. He just never got dealt any spades in his shoe. Ronald made a mention for Buffalo, I think. The team, if they build for him in Buffalo, got a back and a great defense, plus Watkins. A fit for Justin Forsett. I see an official thread for him. People want to know. And yeah. Victor asked, who are the receivers again for the Bills?
Well, here's the thing. I think everybody here. You know what?
Robert Woods and Watkins.
Yeah, but see, I think everybody here, especially 2-minute warning, needs to give Maurice a round of applause or a standing ovation because Maurice argued last offseason about the Buffalo Bills. And I have to give it to you again. I got to give it to you because you called it. And I am now on the bandwagon of the Buffalo Bills just because the way they added pieces. With LaShawn McCoy, you're going to have a solid a 1-year experience in Sammy Watkins, Robert Woods, Matt Castle. I love as a quarterback because he can quarterback. And they got a defense. They got a solid defense.
Another quote from Dan McCann. He's new member saying a bunch of things. Let me just go back and forth. I know we passed the topic, but he talked about EJ a little because I mentioned EJ. He said EJ got benched at the proper time. He sealed his fate of the season, misreading Houston's defense and throwing a pick six to Watt. Besides the Week 1 game in Chicago, Orton helped the sweep on the NFC North and gave us a fighting chance in the division. I don't think EJ would have been able to do that. He held the ball way too long among many and made many costly mistakes. He also went on to say that he does agree that they should sign Tebow, but he's a little biased because he said he's a Gator fan and the guy can play, and I guess Gators will figure out to flat out win. We got something else from Jamal on the topic of Vince Young, talking about he burned all his bridges. This is the comment of the day. Burned all his bridges. He's the Dame Dash of the NFL.
What did he do? Hey, Jamal, talk to us. What did he do? What did the man do? I mean, what did he do?
Well, I mean, like to go back to just the EJ Manuel, he was making a lot of mistakes. And he was turning the ball over a lot, not like proper reads, like showing troublesome signs of an NFL quarterback. But you also got to remember he got hurt his rookie year. So EJ Manuel. So this is basically so last season was basically his continuation of his rookie year. So I mean nobody I knew that he could be a good quarterback, but he wasn't going to be a good quarterback right out of the gate. He was a project. So, and I think that they basically they pull the hook on him too fast, because when you know a guy is basically kind of shaky anyway, and everybody's saying, hey, you know what, this guy's not going to be, you know, this prototype, this and that, and you know his confidence is kind of shaky, and then you pull him for journeyman in Kyle Orton. You know, I feel like you lost him forever. I mean, like, I don't think that he can just two type of guys. There's guys that say, you know what, like the Tim Tebow kind of guys say, hey, you know what, I'm going to use this, I'm going to motivate me, and I'm going to win and win and win, and then he comes out and wins. And there's the other guy, who's like, you know what, oh man, they pulled me, this is it, you know, and then he just plays terrible for the rest of his life. So I feel like EJ Manuel might just, you know, he might be lost. Like, you got to start from scratch now.
Well, first of all, EJ Manuel was scheduled to be a second-round pick player. Okay, the Bills shocked everybody by getting him. Was it the fourth pick or the sixth pick in the draft overall?
Yeah, they got him high. Way too high.
Let's keep it. All right. So again, when you get a young quarterback, what you want to have is an offensive line to protect them, a running game.
Yes.
A capable receiver, not the best receiver, but a capable receiver who you can trust. That's how you build. You don't draft a quarterback first. This is what the Jets did with Geno Smith. We blame Geno for everything, but what did he have to throw? Who was he throwing the ball to? I mean, let's keep it real. I give you every male a 2-minute warning could have went out and performed for the New York Jets wide receiver, and I guarantee you at least 4 of us would have made it. At least 4 of us would have made it. I know I wouldn't make it. So I know the other would have made it. Because they were garbage. They were pure garbage. Now, Geno got Brandon Marshall, and we thinking about getting rid of Geno. Why? Let's see what he can do with proven plays around him. That's how you judge. You don't judge by him having garbage, and then we say, well, he didn't have anything. Now, how about this? The Broncos went to the playoffs. They went to the
hear me on the line?
Hello?
Oh. We got another call?
So I'm trying to test for the callers just so they could call in and torch you guys on their own, but wanted to tell you a few comments from my phone. Victor says he can't throw Timothy, and now he's broke. And Jamal says Timothy, he alienated relationships on his team as well as that of the NFL execs who tried to help him. So,
okay, now, so here's my question for the Vince Young thing. He had a problem in Tennessee with Jeff Fisher. Am I right? Am I right, Mo?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So if Vince Young was so much of a problem, why did the owner say, you know what, Jeff Fisher, you gotta go, and Vince Young, you gotta go? If it was only Vince Young was just a problem, Jeff Fisher would have stood there. That didn't happen. Then he released both of them. Now, Jeff Fisher's still a year out of football, right? He comes back. He's with the Rams. Okay, now, Vince Young goes to Philadelphia. Philadelphia has sorts of problem because the Dream Team, as they were called, he was part of the Dream Team with Michael Vick and Deshaun Jackson not want to perform because of his new contract. So he gets cut. He was playing with nobody, a bunch of nobodies. The whole team was garbage. He goes to Green Bay as a backup. Nothing happened there. He goes away. Now, but wait a minute. He burned his bridges. Okay, now, tell me if I'm right or wrong. This is my guy. Johnny Football is a rookie. He's in rehab already. I mean, how many bridges did that man burn?
Yeah,
before he even got here.
I don't even know. I don't know.
I mean, I don't understand. I haven't seen. Wait. Oh, I know what it is. Vince Young was caught in a bar fight, but Big Ben 2 times for rape, and he didn't burn no bridges. Come on, man.
I'm glad that you brought up.
Let's keep this real. Let's keep this real.
I'm actually glad that you brought this up because especially I'm gonna go back first to the Johnny Manziel, because hopefully this will be the last time we talk about the Browns like all year, because they're going to be horrific.
Where is Tyrone?
They're going to be horrific. I don't know why Johnny Manziel is in rehab. They haven't said why he's in rehab, and it's a new rule as to say like that. They're not allowed to say why he's in rehab. Notice how when you see random players at the beginning of the season say, oh yeah, the so and so has a 4-game suspension. They're not allowed to tell you what drug that they use. So we're probably not going to find out why he's in rehab. It's probably for alcohol, but like we're not going to find out why. Now, Johnny Manziel's in rehab for alcohol. Brian Hoyer, didn't he just go to the Texans?
Yeah, he did.
Who's throwing the ball? Like in Cleveland, like who's throwing the ball? There's nobody else.
Oh no.
What? Are they going to get Brady Quinn again to get the ball? Like what? I don't get it. Josh McCown. Yeah, Josh McCown. Oh, yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about by junk franchises like the Browns. They just have a revolving door at the quarterback position. This is why I'm saying you need a quarterback in the league to be successful. The Browns have had over 20 different quarterbacks in the league since 1999.
Guys,
it's not even been 20 years. Not even 20 years. They already had 20 different quarterbacks. They're forever going to lose, and they continue to lose because they have no consistency at the quarterback position. They keep swinging and missing on all these prospects. They didn't need Johnny Football, especially not in the first round. They burned that first round pick on Johnny Football, and hopefully this is going to be the last time we talk about the Cleveland Browns, because there's nothing else they're going to say except for at the end of the next season we're going to say, hey, look, there goes another new quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Who's it going to be this time? Brady Quinn.
Last time. Let's make this the last time we talk about it. So we're going to move into the last quarter. We got like 8 minutes, but I want you to just talk about the non-movers. Oh shoot!
Vic.
All?
You hear me?
Yeah, you hear me?
Hey guys, you guys hear Vic?
Yeah, we can hear him.
What's going on, Vic? You Giant fan? What you said? What's going on, you Giant fan?
You Giant fan?
All right, what's the question?
What's your question?
Do you think that R.J. Johnson would be a good fit in Buffalo?
He would be a great fit in Buffalo. Like they'd like to pair him alongside Sammy Watkins, and just more like anything more as a mentor role for Sammy Watkins, and it'll also take away some of the attention for Sammy Watkins, because you can't double team and triple team Sammy Watkins when you got R.J. Johnson on the opposite side, and you got Robert Woods in the slot. So that would definitely be a really great fit for them. And I just like to see Rex go out there and really pay attention to some offense, because he usually doesn't do that. But if they was to get Andre Johnson, that would be a legitimate offense.
Nah, I don't like the move. Andre going over there to Buffalo, because first of all, he's going to the Colts. They got him going to the Colts right now. He flew with Frank Gore to sign with the Colts. I wouldn't like it. Because the only thing is
go ahead, Tim.
The only thing with the Buffalo Bills is that it takes away from Sammy Watkins. Sammy Watkins is your number one receiver. Andre Johnson must be the number one guy. He keeps crying about that, and I wouldn't want to put him next to Sammy Watkins, who was boys to be the number one guy. You got to build around Sammy Watkins. You got Sammy Watkins. You got McCoy. Everybody else is B and C players. Andre Johnson, what he needs to do is appreciate that he's looking to play. You're 32 years old. You're slowing down.
34.
34, excuse me. Go join a team where you're the second option and try to get that championship. For him to go Buffalo right now is something fresh with Buffalo. And if I'm the Bills, I would go after Hakeem Nicks, who's out there, or Kenny Britt, one of those type of receivers. Okay. Sammy Watkins is still your number one guy.
So, guys, I want you to wrap it up. But just let's end this with the losers of this last 48 hours. Just which team, and let's whoever we got to pray for in the draft.
Well, listen.
Oh, that's easy. That's
Easy.
no question.
My Dallas Cowboys right now are the losers. To everybody in the world, my Cowboys are the losers. You know why? Because we haven't signed anybody yet. We're not spending money like we normally do. But you know what? Listen, I'll take it like this. The more money you spend on overpriced players, the more it hurts you down the road for you to compete. Look at the Patriots. They don't always have the best the most money players on the team. They win constantly almost every other year. So, but out of free agency, I got my Cowboys as the losers right now. They ain't signed nobody.
Okay, Maurice.
I got the Patriots as the losers because even though we all know, hey, they're the class of the division, you know, we're winning out. They watch Miami add Sue to get a pass rush on Tom Brady. They watch the Bills get LaShawn McCoy to get a great running game. They watch Brandon Marshall go to the Jets, and what are the Patriots doing? They watch Darrelle Revis go to the Jets. They're like their biggest, and they watch Vince Wilfork walk out the door. Their biggest thing is they re-signed Devin McCourty.
Okay, I just want to get the couple words in from the wall. Sorry to cut you off, but Kendra probably has the comment of the thread. He said, finally you admit, or she said, finally you admit the Cowboys are losers. And Jamal said, we need to pray for the Bears. We lost Brandon Marshall for a 5th-round pick. 5th-round pick is like a bucket of Church's chicken. All right. So we're gonna actually leave it there, guys, because I know.
Watch it, Kendra. Watch it.
You guys can go on for another hour, but that was our special. We just had to have this show on an off week, thanks to Tim's motivation and ability to haggle us into a Tuesday night Fury special. But you can catch us on our usual time and our usual day on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Next week is our next show. I'm sure there'll be a little bit or a lot of bit more changes in the NFL that we'll talk about, but we'll abide by Maurice's wishes and never mention the Browns again. With that said, thank you for joining us on Fury, and we'll see you next week Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Turned up on a Tuesday.
Super Bowl, Jets, Super Bowl.
LOB.
Shut up.
Oh man.